2 days before Alex Preddy was shot and killed by federal agents in Minneapolis, Republicans in Congress, Republicans in the House of Representatives, voted on a bill to fund the Department of Homeland Security, which is the agency that oversees ICE and the rest of Trump's immigration crackdown. Just as they were preparing to pass that bill in the House, one Democratic congresswoman from Texas, Veronica Escobar, came forward with a warning about what they were about to vote on. She says, quote, "During our debate on the bill, I successfully amended the bill to include language that would prevent ICE from apprehending and deporting U.S. citizens. When the bill was reported out of committee, it included my amendment. But," she says, "during negotiations, I was told that the White House, Stephen Miller in particular, stripped my amendment from the bill." Again, the amendment was explicitly and specifically just to prevent ICE from apprehending and deporting U.S. citizens. They stripped that out of the bill, reportedly at the White House's insistence. Congresswoman Escobar says, quote, "This means Donald Trump does not want to protect U.S. citizens. Let that sink in. Donald Trump does not want U.S. citizens protected from being detained and deported by ICE." So Republicans are preparing to vote on the big bill to fund ICE, to fund Homeland Security. Congresswoman Escobar says, hey, can we just make it clear here that ICE can't arrest and deport U.S. citizens? Republicans say, yes, we can do that. That's fine. We're not supposed to be deporting U.S. citizens anyway, right? So go ahead and put that in this bill. We agree. But then according to the Congresswoman, the White House and Stephen Miller then step in and tell the Republicans, we don't care that you're okay with it. We want that taken out. We don't want anything in this bill that might prevent us from arresting U.S. citizens and deporting them out of the country. Citizens. After they, at the White House's insistence, reportedly, stripped out the language about not arresting and deporting American citizens, Republicans did end up passing that bill out of the House. That is the bill that is now headed to the Senate, where it will need 60 votes to pass in order to avoid at least a partial government shutdown. Democrats say they don't want anything to do with it, and they're not going to help, and they're not going to vote to fund ICE and DHS. The Senate's Democratic leader, Chuck Schumer, said over the weekend, Senate Democrats will not provide the votes to proceed to the appropriations bill if the Homeland Security funding bill is included. So, I mean, we'll see. Republicans are going to have to take some action this week in order to avoid at least a partial government shutdown. It's possible they're going to strip out just the bill to fund Homeland Security and then try to pass all the other bills to fund all the other agencies. We don't know. But in terms of the Homeland Security funding, the ICE funding, the U.S. Citizen Amendment remains out of it at this point, at Stephen Miller's reported insistence. Democrats do appear to be willing and ready to take a stand here at a moment when public opinion is very much on their side. Please do watch this space.